Okay guys, this video is all about the unlocking of the calling card KNUCKLEDUSTER III. You basically need to get 50 kills with your fists, and when you do, you're gonna get 2,500 XP for unlocking this cool calling card. Remember guys, this is one step further as well into achieving and unlocking that Humiliation Master calling card. So we're nearly there with that guys, but like I said, this video is all about the fist kills. Now, the first setup that I'm going to show you here, being honest, is this was the setup I had for my first 30 fist kills, okay? It wasn't the best setup that I found. It wasn't until later on, as we get into the video and the more kills we get, that I realised I'm going to have a little change and experiment through process of elimination whether I can find anything a little bit more easier. But I did originally have Combat Axe on for the first 30 kills, not that it did anything for me. Remember guys, it's the fist kills we're after, not the axe kills, okay? So why I had that on, I do not know. But I'm just being honest with you, this was the setup I had. But I still managed to get the 30 kills with this setup. But one perk that I would recommend, to start with, is have your Afterburner in your perk 1. So the only reason we had Scavenger on there for, guys, just showing you that in perk 2, is just because we needed to replenish the axe. Why, we don't know. Like I said, I just had it on because it didn't help me in any way with the fist kills. But definitely have Afterburner on. Now, the Ghost in perk 1, I would definitely recommend having on, but I'm going to talk to you and give you a really good kind of insight into how that Ghost works, because a lot of you don't really know how that works, and I only found out just recently myself how it works. I was wondering why I was getting shot while I was sitting in the corner, but I'm going to explain that a little bit later on in the next setup that we have. We definitely need that hardwired on, because you're immune to your tripwires and your C4, so you can run around to your heart's content and then not be worried about getting blown up by enemy tacticals. Now, definitely have your Dead Silence on and Tactical Mask. Both of those in perk 3 really help me, and the Dead Silence, what it does is help you move stealthily behind enemy lines, but also you can creep up behind the enemy and get that kill. Unless they've got awareness on, then obviously they can hear you, but without it, which most don't have on enemy, then you'll get away with getting that kill and they won't even realise you come up behind them. You definitely need all your 3 wildcards because we've filled and topped out all our perks. So that's our 10 items in our creator class. Now this is the highlights of the first 30 kills. So they've got some good kills here guys, I've got some bad ones, but like I said, I'm only going to show you the good ones. Now I need your help now guys. So even though I'm giving you some good tips and advice on how to do this fist kills, I still need your help, because even though through process of elimination and experimenting, I still to this day still do not know why sometimes you'll get the fist kill with 1 punch and sometimes you'll get it with 2. When you do get your fist kills with 1 punch, it does make it so much more easier. But for some reason, like this one here guys, we're going after the 3rd kill, but we used, or nearly would have had, 2 punches to kill that enemy, whereas the first 2 kills we got, if you remember, we got 1 punch, 1 kill. So this next video now, again, we're going to come up behind the enemy lines, and we're going to get 1 punch, 1 kill. So whether we were getting the punch on the head, or whether it was because we were punching in the back, getting those ones, I don't know. But later on in the videos, you will see me do the same trick. I'll punch the head. In this video here, guys, you'll see me punch the head first, but I don't get that 1 kill. It takes 2 punches. Like I said, it's a lot harder when you do. And then, again, I don't know if there's anything we can do about that, guys. But if you are unfortunately using the 2 punches to get the kill, it makes it a lot harder. Again here, we got a punch to the head, but it took us 2 punches in total to get the kill. Again here, another punch to the head, another punch to the back, it took us 2 punches. So why is it doing it, guys? I'd love to hear your comments on that if you know any better than me, but definitely doing it in 1 punch would make the job easier. Now, this next setup is the setup that I would recommend. This is the last 20 kills now of the fist kills that I used this setup, and it's the best setup that I can recommend to you. So definitely, first of all, in your tacticals, have concussion on. It will disorientate enemies and it will slow their movement down, okay? So I'm going to show you some videos on the last kills that I get where that concussion will really help us. I haven't changed any of my perks in perk 1. I've still got Afterburner on, because remember what Afterburner does, guys? It will replenish your thrusters a lot more quickly, so you can slide around, get those fist kills, but also jump around and get the fist kills, and your thrusters will replenish very quickly. Now, your Ghost. Remember, guys, I didn't know this before, and I was wondering why eventually I was getting shot by enemy while I was sitting in the corner. They knew I was there, and I think, well, how can they? I've got Ghost on, I should be invisible. But remember, you are only invisible while using Ghost when you are moving. I didn't read the description until later on. I just thought, Ghost, that will make me invisible. So I bet there's a lot of you out there as well, guys, who don't really know how this works, like myself. But while doing these fist kills, I was wondering why I was getting killed. And that's because I was sitting around and you will still blip on the map. Definitely as well, guys, I haven't changed perk 2, so definitely have your hardwired on. Remember what it does, and it reduces your digital imprints against enemies who have got trackers on, and it will prevent you from getting blown up by trip mines and EMP grenades, that kind of thing. It really does help you. Cold-blooded, this is the only other change I had other than Scavenger. You can still have Scavenger on if you want to keep replenishing your concussions and your tactical, but definitely cold-blooded because you don't want to be running behind enemy lines in their spawn, get them, you know, shot by a hardened sentry or a Cerber or something like that. Remember, it will reduce your chances of getting killed by that, so you can actually just, you know, stealthily go in their zone and get the kills. And I haven't changed my perk 3, guys. I've definitely kept that Dead Silence on because it will really help you, and definitely Tactical Mask. This is the best setup through process of elimination, guys, and just working and experimenting with this, where I found this was the best setup that I had. And then again, we've got the 3 wildcards on because we've topped out all our perks. And remember, guys, I don't have any primaries, don't have any secondaries, just use your fists. That's all you need. Now, in this video here now, guys, we're going to show you. We're going to skip this on now because remember, guys, this was the last 20 kills that we did use this setup. So I'm now going to show you the last video now in the last 4 kills that we need. So I'm just going to show you now the last 4 kills in that section we need, and then we're going to go out, we're going to go into a game, and we're going to go and get those last 4 kills. Remember, guys, when you do, as you can see there, guys, we only need 4 more Knuckle Duster kills, okay? So, or fist kills. Then we can unlock that calling card. So basically, yeah, you just need to remember that when you do have this set up, that how effective that concussion is going to be for you. So we're going to show you that video now, and you'll see how effective that concussion is, but also the other perks that we have. You're going to see how beneficial they make our game. Now we're going into Splash now for these last 4 kills, and on average, guys, when you do get your fist kills in games, you'll probably average between 5 to 10, depending on how good a player you are, a game on getting those fist kills. So it is quite hard, it is a challenge, but it is fun using your fist, guys. That's the main thing, it is fun. So like I said, we all love a challenge in Black Ops. Now remember, when you do use your punch, okay, it is the left trigger or the right trigger, but remember there is a little bit of a delay from when you do the first punch to the second punch, okay? It isn't as fast as we would like, so literally I mean, this is where the concussion works now, guys. This is where it'll become really effective. Did you see that, guys? We just used our concussion, it slowed the enemy down, and again, if we have to find we use 2 punches rather than the 1, which is most of the time you're getting 2 punches on there maybe to get that kill, then that concussion is really helping you because it will slow the enemy down and it will give you that chance to get the second punch on to get that kill. You will see another video again in a moment, another little part of the video here where we will get another concussion kill, and it will really slow that enemy down. So now we're behind enemy lines, we're just taking our time, because remember, we don't want to get shot from long distance because we've only got our fists, we haven't got a weapon to kill that enemy at long distance. So I'd recommend sticking to the walls, guys. Now there we go, there's another concussion we've used. We knew he was coming there because he was after that tag, and again it did take us 2 punches to get that enemy, but you can see how effective that concussion is because we slowed him down, he didn't have a chance to turn around and shoot us, giving us the chance to, if we do have to do it, get that kill on the second punch, because it is a bit of a time delay from 1 punch to the second punch, as I said before, guys, okay? I just wish that they would speed that up, and literally what I think they should have in the game as well is when you're clicking the left trigger and the right trigger, is that you do some really fast punches to punch the enemy. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting that enemy as a laugh in like 4 or 5 punches if you're going do, you know, but again, those punches are a little bit delayed, so you have to bear that in mind as well. So it's not that fast when you get the kills. Now, we just got shot from a camper in that room up there, but we're 2 for 2, so that means we're only 2 fist kills away, guys, from unlocking that calling card. So, again, try and be stealth. We're going to try and make sure we use that concussion to help us, and try and stick to the walls, try and stick somewhere nice and close so we're not out in the open. And remember how those perks work for us. Having that ghost on, we need to keep moving, we don't really know. There's another concussion we used there, it slowed the enemy down, and there you go, guys. Again, I just can't express it enough to use that concussion and all the other perks that we've got. it will really, really help you. We need one more, guys. Now, you've got to bear in mind, using that ghost, okay, that I am obviously probably being seen now on the map. I'm going to be blipping away because I'm not moving. So now we're going to try and have to move as soon as we can. So there we go, guys. So now we should now become invisible again now that we're moving. Where after that last kill, where did he go? There's the enemy. Remember, we've got dead silence on as well. So if we do come up behind him like we are here, hopefully he won't see us. So let's get this last kill. So 1 punch, 2 punch. So it took a 2 punch. But there we go, guys. That's the calling card unlocked. We're going to do a celebratory punch. I think if there's something we can punch around here, there's a celebration. Let's punch this little cage thing here. Oh, there's a rubber ducky. Let's punch the rubber ducky. Sorry, rubber ducky, but we're celebrating because we've just unlocked that calling card. All right, guys. So we're going to show you now that calling card itself. As I said, it's a really cool one. It's kind of like an alien green hand punching an alien purple face, okay? But you need to get 50 kills with your fist to unlock that. And it's one step closer in getting that Master Humiliation calling card unlocked as well. So we've only got one more challenge to do, which is the snack attack, getting the popcorn medals with the frag grenade, which I'm going to now set my sights on doing. And then hopefully we can help you on that as well, guys, if you're struggling. But if you are struggling with your fist kills to get this calling card unlocked, hopefully my video has helped you. But please leave your comments, guys. Remember, if you do know why sometimes we get 2 punches to kill, or sometimes why we only get 1 punch to kill, I'd really love to know your comments. But like I said, I experimented with it, and I've still not come to any conclusion on that. So, you know, I would always try and aim for the harder challenge, which is the 2 punches. And when we think about that, we use the concussion to help us, as I said, guys. But there we go. We only need 6 more snack attacks, and then we can now unlock that. But thank you so much for watching. Hope this video has helped.